to do it. I finally had my transcript done, and I contacted 6 companies to do the graphics. And all 6 companies said they could do it when we started, but when it came time for them to do it, they couldn't do it. So it ended up being a CD set instead. And then when that came out, everybody that got the CD set wanted the transcript. So we came out with the book. But I added some things to the book that are not in the CD set. Like, for example, Einstein's definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What do we do like that? We fight abortion like that. We waited 56 years for it to become legal. Now I say 56 years because Planned Parenthood opened in 1916, but abortion wasn't legal till 73. And then, because we didn't think that was going to pass, ever. But Satan knew it was going to pass, because he had Planned Parenthood open in 1916. And then suddenly it's open. What are we going to do now? Well, let's march, and let's write some new laws. That hasn't worked in 50 years. But we keep doing it every year. Now, you have to march. You have to show people that this is unacceptable. You can't do this. Like, how can you possibly have an abortion or pay to have one done or be a doctor and do one and sleep at night? You know, that boggles my mind. So you have to let the world know this is unacceptable. But you can't think that marching is going to work in shutting them down, because it hasn't worked yet. Now, the reason it hasn't worked yet is because abortion is spiritual warfare, and you can't fight a spiritual battle physically. It doesn't work that way. Now, proof that it's spiritual warfare, do you know how many people Satan sends? 2016, he sent 30. That's not 30,000, that's 30. Why? Because he's winning the war. His abortion clinics are all open. They're doing abortions every day. And we're not fighting in the correct way, so we're not shutting anything down. My CD set came out in 2015, in December. My book came out in 2018. We have so far shut down 49 abortion clinics around the world. We are fairly happy with that, but there's more abortion clinics to go. There's more spiritual battles to be had. And it would be nice if we could show up at the March for Life one year celebrating that we shut down all the clinics. It's a mighty thing. Shutting down one, I felt amazing. The average abortion clinic does 1,500 abortions a year. I've shut down 49 times 1,500. I don't know what that number is, but it sounds good to me. And it's not since they do it every year, I get to claim that 1,500 every year. I feel pretty good. We have other methods now that we're using, and they're mighty methods. They work. They are proven effective. You know, the first 40 days for life happened in Texas. This is another story from the book. It took 9 years to shut down that abortion clinic. Now 9 times 40 is 360. So we shut it down in 9 years. But God shut it down in 360 days. Do you think maybe the message was if we'd have done it for 360 days in a row, he would have shut it down? I guess we'll never know because we take 9 years to do it. So what I do is that I go around the world giving this message. I have one that's more pro-life, and I have another one, Satan and pop culture. And that allows me to get the word out. I have Blessed Miraculous medals on my table you can take for free. I have a business card, Take one, take more than one. You never know when you might have a problem in spiritual warfare, or just a spiritual warfare question in general, anything to do with abortion. Give me a call. The phone number that rings goes to my cell phone. I will do everything I can do to help you as best as I can. So when I get to travel around the world, it's a grand job. I work primarily for the Blessed Mother, but I work for anybody in the Holy Family, and working for everybody in the Holy Family allows me to meet awesome people like you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Is he not awesome? But more awesome than he is his message. So take that to heart, and to clarify what he's talking about, across the river, I'd call it the Potomac Ocean, because a lot of people don't go across in either direction. How many people are here from Washington, D.C., by the way? Do we have a single person? Well, that proves my point. People from Northern Virginia don't go across the Potomac Ocean, and people from Washington, D.C. don't go in the other direction. But we found that from our Defend Life lectures over the years. We have a really great speaker like the president of Christendom College. He spoke a few weeks ago in Bethesda. There wasn't a single person other than himself and his wife who were from Virginia. But anyway.
I was there.
Yeah, you don't count, Grace. You go anywhere. And, yeah, one exception. Grace would go anywhere. That's Grace Sims, by the way. Great young lady. Okay, so what we're going to do now is fill out those cards. The cards for the door prize. We're going to have 3 door prizes, actually 4 of them. This is going to be, we have 2 of these wonderful books by Father Pavone, Proclaiming the Message of Life. Those are door prizes 3 and 4. And then we have this wonderful book by Missy Smith on chastity. That's door prize number 2. You'll love this. There's a few copies of this for sale on that first table in the back. They're $10 each. And then we'll have this wonderful wood carving. That's the grand prize. So fill out those cards now. And then when we take up a free will offering, by the way, minimum of name, address, cell phone, home phone if you have one, email, and your name of your parish, and print it clearly so we can stay in touch with you. There's wonderful volunteer options, opportunities on the back. You can fill that out too, so we can keep going. By the way, we're all volunteer. Nobody gets a salary. We have no employees. We're grassroots. We operate from our kitchens, our basements, in the streets of America. If you want to give a donation, we greatly appreciate it. And if you want to write a check and make it payable to Defend Life, it's 100% tax deductible. So if you want to give $1,000, you can write it off on your 2022 taxes. I'm serious. But by being all volunteer, we can take more money, our money that we get, and really carry out the mission that we're doing tonight. We actually like to give him a nice honorarium and pay his expenses on so forth, which are substantial. So anyway, we'll plant some baskets now, and please be generous, and put your cards in the basket when it comes by. If you don't have the card filled out, hold it up later, and someone will come by to pick it up. Again, checks payable to Defend Life, 100% tax deductible. Some of you who don't write checks and don't carry cash anymore, go to defendlife.org on your cell phone or on your laptop computer when you go home. You can easily give online. Just go to Ways to Give on the left-hand side of our homepage, click Ways to Give, and you can give by credit card. The other thing